Embark on the road to the Holy Sepulchre. Christ commands it. All who die there will have remission
You're
of
18
sin.
years old, standing in a muddy field in France. It's November 1095, and the Pope's words hit you like a thunderbolt. Deus Vult, the crowd screams. God wills it. Jerusalem, the holiest city on earth, languishes under Muslim control. Pilgrims are being slaughtered. Christ's tomb is in the hands of infidels. And Pope Urban II is promising something incredible. Anyone who marches to liberate the Holy Land will have all their sins forgiven. Every lie, every theft, every wrong you've ever done, wiped clean. There's just one problem. You're a second son. Your older brother gets the castle, the title, the land, the future. You get hand-me-down armor and a lifetime of obscurity. But this is your ticket out. So you do what thousands of Crusaders are doing. You mortgage your future. You sell the small piece of land your father carved out for you. You borrow from moneylenders at crushing interest rates. You pawn your mother's jewelry, anything that isn't nailed down. By the time you're ready to march, you've bet everything on a war thousands of miles away. The night before you leave, your mother asks if you'll come back. You look her in the eyes and say yes. You both know it's a lie, but she needs to hear it, and you need to say it. That lie will sit in your chest like a stone for the next 3 years. Your mother is crying. You don't look back. You can't afford to. That's how it starts, your journey as a Crusader knight. You've set out to become a warrior, but not overnight. By 7, you were shipped off to become a page, serving food, cleaning armor, getting beaten by squires who thought teaching meant trauma. By 14, you were a squire yourself, carrying a knight's gear, learning to kill in 40 different ways, sword drills at dawn, lance practice until your shoulders screamed, wrestling in the mud until you couldn't feel your face. By 18, your body was a map of scars and calluses. Your hands knew a sword better than they'd ever know a woman's touch. You were built for war, and now war was calling. Nobody told you the crusade would start with walking, endless, soul-crushing walking. You joined thousands of fighters snaking through Germany, Hungary, and into the Byzantine Empire. Behind you trails tens of thousands more, pilgrims, priests, prostitutes, peasants who sold everything for this holy gamble. The Byzantine emperor shuttles you across the Bosphorus as fast as he can, eager to get you out of his city before you loot it. Then the dying starts. First, the heat. You grew up in mild France. Anatolia is a furnace. Your armor turns into an oven. Knights collapse, cooking alive inside their own protection. You strip to your gambeson, risking arrows for the chance to breathe. Then the water runs out. The Turks have poisoned the wells, slaughtered the livestock, burned the crops. Men start drinking horse blood. Some drink their own urine. You watch a knight, a proud, noble knight who talked of glory around the campfire just a week ago, die on his knees, tongue black and swollen, begging God for one more drop of water. His prayers go unanswered. Turkish horse archers shatter your column like wolves. They dart in at dawn, loose their arrows, vanish before you can form a charge. Every night you wonder if you'll wake up with a Turkish blade at your throat. Every morning, more bodies line the road. Your first real battle is Dorylaeum, July 1097. Tens of thousands of Turks against your vanguard column. You're surrounded, pinned down, slowly dying under a rain of arrows for 7 brutal hours. Then the second Crusader column crashes into the Turkish flank. The enemy breaks. You charge. Your sword takes its first life, a Turkish cavalryman, eyes wide with shock as your blade finds his throat. You feel nothing, just relief. It's him, not you. Welcome to the Crusade. Antioch is a nightmare wearing the skin of a city, walls stretching for miles, 400 towers. The Crusader lords can't storm it, so they settle in for a siege. 8 months. 8 endless months of hunger, disease, and despair. Winter brings starvation. You eat the horses first, the same horses you mortgaged your future to buy. Then the dogs, then the rats, then things you don't want to remember. Disease runs through camp like fire, typhoid, dysentery, things with no name that make men scream until there's nothing left. The stench of death hangs over everything. Desertion becomes epidemic. Knights who swore oaths before God, who took the cross with tears in their eyes, slip away in the night. You understand. You've thought about it. You've dreamed of home, of cool French rain, of your mother's face. The lie you gave her burns hotter now. What if you never make it back? What if the last thing you gave her was false hope? But you've come too far. Turning back now means dying as a failure. Then, a miracle or a betrayal. A guard on the walls, an insider with a price agrees to open a way in. On a June night in 1098, you're part of the first wave through. What follows isn't war, it's slaughter. You pour through the streets, and every man, woman, and child becomes the enemy. Blood runs in the gutters, bodies pile in the squares. You kill, you loot. You tell yourself it's holy work. The screaming faces, they'll visit you in dreams for the rest of your life. But you've barely washed the blood from your armor when a massive Muslim relief army arrives. Suddenly, you're trapped inside Antioch. The besiegers become the besieged. A peasant claims visions of the Holy Lance, the spear that pierced Christ, buried under the Cathedral of St. Peter. They dig for days and find something, rusted iron that could be anything. But the army goes insane with faith. 3 days later, starving and outnumbered, you sally out on June 28th and somehow win. Antioch is yours. You've lost a third of your army, your horse, and pieces of your soul you'll never get back. But Jerusalem still waits. July 1099. 3 years of marching, starving, fighting. Of the tens of thousands who left Europe, maybe 12 to 15,000 remain. The rest are bones on the road, food for crows, footnotes in a story that isn't finished yet. The siege lasts 5 weeks. You build towers from dismantled ships, dragging timber from Jaffa through the desert like slaves building a pharaoh's pyramid. On July 15, the towers finally touch the walls. You're in the second wave, climbing ladders while arrows rain down and burning oil tries to turn you into a torch. The man ahead takes an arrow through the eye and falls, nearly pulling you with him. You keep climbing. There's no other direction anymore. Then you're over the wall, and hell opens its gates. Crusaders flood through Jerusalem in a frenzy of religious ecstasy and bloodlust. Muslim defenders cut down in mosques. Jewish residents burned alive in their synagogue. Most Eastern Christians are already gone, expelled before you arrived because the governor didn't trust them. Chroniclers will write of blood up to the horses' bridles, of men wading ankle-deep through gore. You are part of this. And then you see her. A woman clutching a child, pressed against a wall, eyes wide with terror. She's not a soldier, she's not a threat. She's just a mother, like yours, trying to protect your child. For one frozen moment, you lock eyes. You see your mother's face in hers, the same fear, the same desperate love. A crusader beside you raises his sword. You could stop him. You could say something. You don't. You turn away. You hear the screams behind you, but you keep walking. That face, those eyes, they'll follow you longer than any battle wound. You tell yourself you had no choice. The battle rage took over. Everyone else was doing it. Every excuse sounds hollow, even inside your own head. By sunset, the streets fall quiet, except for the moans of the dying. You walk through the carnage toward the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, Christ's tomb, the holiest site in Christendom. Blood-soaked warriors fall to their knees around you, weeping, praying, thanking God for victory. You kneel too. You touch the stone. You try to feel absolution. Instead, you feel empty. You came for forgiveness. You found Jerusalem. But somewhere along the road, you lost something else entirely. Most crusaders go home, but what's waiting for you? The lands you sold are gone. Your brother holds the family estate. You're 22 with nothing but a sword and a reputation written in blood. So you stay. The new kingdom of Jerusalem needs knights desperately. Only a few hundred armed men remain to hold land surrounded by Muslim powers. You're granted a small fief near Jaffa, a tower, some olive groves, a village of mixed Christians, Muslims, and Jews who eye you with the weariness of people who've survived conquest before. Life outre-mer is strange. You eat foods you've never tasted, lemons, oranges, sugarcane. You learn bits of Arabic from your Muslim tenants. Some crusaders take local wives. Some just try to survive. The peace between battles is just preparation for the next war.
You marry, have children, teach your sons to fight before they can read. Your wife dies of fever. Your youngest son dies at 15, ambushed on a road you'd ridden 100 times. You bury him in the shadow of Jerusalem's walls, the city you helped conquer, the city that's taken everything from you. By 45, you're ancient by Crusader standards. The dreams still come, the woman in Jerusalem, the eyes you turned away from. You confess it 1,000 times, to priests, to God, to the darkness of your room at night. But some sins aren't words deep, they're carved into bone. In 1224, you join the siege of Tyre alongside Venetian Crusaders. You're too old for the front lines, but you refuse to watch from the rear. During a sortie, your horse goes down. A blade finds a gap in your armor, the spot you've protected for 30 years. As you fall, you see the walls weakening, another victory for Christ. They bury you outside Tyre, a simple stone among thousands. You were 47, a landless second son who died a lord, a sinner who killed for forgiveness, a pilgrim who never quite found what he was looking for. Were you a hero or a villain, a saint or a butcher? The answer depends on who's telling the story. But you lived, you fought, you believed in something bigger than yourself, even when it led you to hell and back. You told your mother you'd come back. You didn't. And the last thing you ever gave her wasn't glory. It was a lie that turned into a habit, first with words, then with silence. The Holy Land keeps demanding blood, and new crosses keep marching east, hoping it buys what it never really could: forgiveness. You just watched a man chase salvation and find blood. Now watch a girl get traded like currency in an empire built on tribute. Your life as an Aztec concubine is next.